Hey, John here. So we got to come back on this. I just did brakes all around the front and rear brakes all the way around. New calipers, new rotors, blah blah blah. Basically everything except for one thing. So the fella said this thing smells really bad. I didn't know what he was talking about. Thought maybe something got on, from bleeding the brakes or something. That was yesterday. He came back today, dropped the car off, and this thing was really hot, super hot. I mean, brakes get hot, but this is super hot, and you can smell it. You've smelled it before. So I took the caliper off and tried to retract the piston, and it won't go in. Brand new caliper. So then you're thinking, well, maybe it's a bad caliper, just brand new, bad caliper. No, it's most likely the rubber hose, because I relieve the bleeder valve, and then you can push the piston in. That's a good way to tell if you've still got a good caliper, or if it's frozen or whatever. But it started pushing in, so that tells me it's most likely the brake line. And this rubber hose here, especially with rubber hoses, it's probably interior where things are clogged, whether it's debris, rust, or, and I'm looking here, there's quite a bit of rust on that junction there. So possibly this rubber hose. So I'm going to replace the rubber hose, then see if we can retract the piston, and then we'll be good to go. All right, so we got the hose, $52 from O'Reilly's. That's the part number if you're interested. But so to prevent a lot of leakage here, what we're going to do is I put a little extra fluid in the reservoir, because we're going to try to do this quick as possible without losing a lot of stuff. Let me see if I can get these clips off first, and then we'll just what is it? I think it's a 12. Where is that? No, I think it's a 13. I already cracked this, so believe it. Yeah, it's a 13. So it's good to go there. And of course this is what was that? Was that a 12? No, I forgot. I think that was an 11. Nope. It's probably a 10. So when I was bleeding the brakes yesterday, I should have... I wasn't, when I was bleeding them, it wasn't gushing out like the passenger side. It was coming out in a decent stream, but not like the other side. That should have been a clue, but I didn't think of it then, obviously. So I'm just kind of reaching in there with a screwdriver to get these clips out. With this top one here, you probably can't see, but I should get you a better shot. Yeah, get that crusty dirt out of there. She should come out of there. Yep, let me get a pair of pliers. Yeah, see if we can grab a hold of this one. A pair of vice grips. Just give her a tap. There we go. It broke free. Broke free all the rust. There we go. That's what she looks like. So we got that one saved, which is the worst one. There we go. Top one, which you probably can't see. Yep, okay, so that's out, that's out. All right, we'll have this set up, good to go. We got our banjo, the original, this is a new banjo bolt, but we got some crushable washers ready to go. So this block goes out towards, so it has something to, when you're tightening it, a little ledge there goes out. So we're gonna go this way. Actually, let's see if we can insert this fella now. Some kind of secure. Let's see. We want to spin that. Yeah. We want to spin it so. That should be it right there. Let's put that clip in there. Yeah, it looks like it's going in. Just got to beat it through some rust. Probably should have cleaned that up. There it goes. Alright, so we're in there. Now we're, we could bend that around and bend that around. So, there we go. It seems finger tight there, or finger loose, whatever you want to call it. Oops. And that's finger loose. Alright, we're all set up. Here's where we start leaking some fluid. Let's look at that one. Oh yeah, she's leaking. Fella. Alright. Good. Banjo bolt, we're going to use that. Put this fella in here. Oop, one washer there. One washer there. Bend it around. Make sure we ain't cross-threading that bitch. Alright, that's that. I'm gonna get a little snug, little wrench, so we gotta go through on the top here. Bend her in. That's just snugged up. I want to put this, I want to put that clip in before I put too much torque on that. You probably didn't see anything. It's kind of self-explanatory, but I'll show you in a second. Yeah, I'll show you the best I can. So this clip is no brainer. You know, you poke it through, clip in. You clip underneath. So this brake hose has a little poke out, a little tit on it that it won't fit in that groove until you line it. You know, you got to clock it right. And then it'll slip down enough to get your clip underneath, and bada boom, bada bing. Now we can go ahead, some paper towels. We can tighten that up now because it's got nowhere to go in terms of because it's clocked in there with that tit. So now we can tighten it. Where's our 13? Still don't want to put a lot of torque on it, but I'm thinking that's it. Alright, now let's go ahead and take a look around for leaks. This is the shelf I was talking about. Like, this caliper is probably not like the original. That shelf probably went to the edge of the other caliper, but just want to look in there and make sure our washers are good. We got one on the inside, one on the outside. Now let's see here. What was that, a 10? No, that was a, what was that, 11? It was 11. We'll just crack this, see if anything pops out right away. That was right. A little bit of air coming out too. We'll wait till a steady flow comes out of there, and then we'll tighten it up, and then we'll bleed them properly. As soon as those bubbles go away, it means it's filled up in the caliper and the hose. And then once a steady stream comes out, we can tighten it. But where's the light here? Still seems like a little air in there. So I remember when I hooked this caliper up, I tried to gravity bleed this and nothing came out. I literally had to step on the brake to get things flowing. That was another clue that this hose is probably messed up. I missed that one. This one seems to be doing it on its own. I can still see little bubbles, tiny bubbles. Just kind of stop. We'll just wait, see what happens. We'll keep an eye on our fluid there and make sure we're not going to go beyond that, because then we got to prime everything else. So we still got some fluid in there. So I think we're close here. I don't see any more air per se. Looks like a steady stream there. In other words, you see that stream? No more air, so I think we're good. Let me tighten that up. So I was not getting that before. I had to force it out with a pedal. Again, that should have been a clue. My bad. How often do you come across bad rubber brake hoses? But before we do anything, let's take this guy apart and see if we can see anything. So I cut the ends off, and I was able to get a wire, especially this side, no problem. Got one piece. Did the same thing on the piece I just dropped. However, this side went down. I think the problem right here, that it's clogged right here. It's a hard stop. Boink! So there's something in there. So I'm going to cut this off here. So this was the middle junction. You can't see anything through there. So it's definitely clogged up. I might go a little further to see whoops, it's just stopping. Boink! Both sides. It's probably rust jack in there. I'm going to see if I can slit this in half I just want to know. This is the middle junction where the line was. So I have a feeling whatever's gunked up in here, the pressure with your pedal pushing, with hydraulic pressure, it's doing its job half-assed going this way. Because like I said, I had to force that fluid out to bleed the brakes. But it's just, as far as relieving pressure, there's not enough free flow going back and forth. So it kind of leaves the brake pads stuck on the rotor a little bit. So when you're going down the road, it's just heating up, and it's not releasing because whatever's in this fella is clogged up. So let's take a peek. Let's see if we can cut that. Yeah, so there you have it. Pretty definitive proof. This is cut in half. You could see whatever makes that happen, it crushes or swells up. It just, maybe, there you go. Maybe it should be like that's warm. The hole should be pretty big. Anyways, that's all I got. So if you have this problem where you just put a brand new caliper on and you're trying to squeeze the piston in, because when I put this caliper on, obviously it's already pushed in from the building of it, so it slips right over your pads. So I didn't think nothing of it. When it came back, like I said, I tried to push the piston back in with a C-clamp, and it wasn't having it. So the restriction, because this fella wasn't having it, and somehow it was letting it out to be pushed out, the fluid, but not letting it go back in. And that's that. Anyways, that's all I got. Thanks for watching.